Hello and welcome. I'm laughing at myself because so right now, a lot of you know my office and creative space are in this corner of a living room. We have two living rooms, pretty cool. And I I'm trying to navigate on being so I wear a lot of hats. A lot of us do, right? We all wear a lot of hats. And the thing is, when you wear a lot of hats, but you have ADD, and mind you, I have not been diagnosed from a doctor, but I'm pretty sure if there was a questionnaire with like 20 questions on it, I would probably check out most of the boxes because and ADD, I mean, I should look up more about it, but it just is one of those things that it just creeps on you. Like, you're like, no, I have a focus. I'm going to do this. And literally, as you're doing the task, something pops into your brain and you move away from that task that you're in the middle of. And it's for everything. I mean, I've been unloading dishes from the dishwasher and I've left it all open to go do something else that I just thought about. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, and right now I was like, okay, we're going to start our podcast. And then I was like, oh, I've got to do a load of laundry. And I was like, oh, start it up. But I know that if I start it up, you'd be hearing thump, thump, thump with the spin cycle, right? And that's not even that's just one example. So as a lot of you know, I've been doing From Chaos to Country this is episode 12, I think. And one of my new friends from Georgia, Safi, she was saying, oh, country sounds like it's like country. And I just want to clarify that I refer to this as country because we literally live in a forest. I mean, I was on the phone before and I saw a deer outside. And right now, in my front yard, there's cardinals and, there's forest everywhere. There's a lake right there. So for me, that's country. Like, this is the country. And it's not like, I mean, if you listen closely, you won't hear a banjo playing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what sometimes people think country refers to. And there's nothing wrong with playing a banjo. I just want to say it's very hard to play an instrument in general. So, no disrespect. And so what I'm realizing is, now that I've kind of calmed down a bit, I don't even know what that means. Now that I'm getting used to the differences of Georgia versus California, I had to get used to the differences between California and New York. But now that I'm noticing the differences, I've realized that I still kind of, I guess, look for chaos in a way, but not. I don't generate it. I mean, I'm an Al-Anon, so the good news is I don't generate chaos. But I realize, like, oh, how comfortable am I in the country? Because I'm certainly comfortable in chaos. That's not a problem. That's why I was a bartender for so many years. Like, that kind of environment, boom, 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 we're slammed, we're going. Oh, did something just happen? I got it. That's why comedy is my go-to career, because it's chaos, right? It's like, hey, when you're on stage, anything can happen. I mean, I've had fights break out. I've had literal brawls happen in the middle of my set. I've had where you show up and they're like, hey, this just went down, so we're gonna do the show, or hey, oh God, I mean, there's just so many things. I'm gonna do a whole, my 25th year is this year of stand-up, so I've got a lot I just want to go down the memory of a quarter of a century of comedy. So I say that is because I'm not surprised that I've gone to chaotic careers. I never had a career that was stable. And even offices, I worked at offices, and even offices, like, I remember my first office job, Oh God, one of them was for a lawyer, and she used to represent people that were suing companies that had food things happen, like really gross food stuff. Oof. And then I worked for another company. This is how long ago this was. They used to transfer your 8mm and 16mm film to VHS. That's how long ago my first office job was. Oh, off topic. What you send on your 16mm and 8mm to get onto a VHS, by the way, somebody's watching all of that. So when you send in your DIY porn video, we were watching that, and by the way, it wasn't very exciting. And another side note is I can never hear the song "Hey Baby Let the Good Times Roll" the same again, because I remember that's what they wanted for this particular VHS. Man, no wonder why I wear a lot of hats. I've had a lot of jobs. I know a lot of people. So yeah, this move, and I will say I've had a couple moments because Jacob's kind of still having a tough time where he misses his friends, and last night we were talking about how he misses sharing a room with Jayla because he feels really alone in his room, in his big room. And I was trying to tell him, like, hey, when you're older, you're really gonna want to have your own room. But he's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, okay. And I realized he's 7. He wants to share a room with his sister. He gets scared. Sorry, that was my ice machine. So, I'm just trying to navigate parenting him in a way that lets him have his feelings. I already know when they become teenagers, he's definitely going to want his own room. So is Jayla. They have their own rooms, but I'm saying, like, he's definitely going to appreciate it, right? So, but he's 7 now, and he's a sweetheart of a kid. So I'm just like, okay, you have your feelings. So those are the adjustments we're trying to make. And then part of me was like, oh, I get into like, I didn't work hard enough to make it in LA. And I'm like, okay, calm down. I worked a lot. We both did. Me and my husband. My husband works very hard. And I think a lot of this, the reason behind my whole, like, what do I do with my life? How do I earn? It's because I'd like to earn because, one, I've always earned. I've been on my own for a long time, so I enjoy earning. I enjoy what I do, and I'm pretty good at what I do. God, did you see? I'm great at what I do. There, I'm saying it. I'm great at what I do. So I have to really work on believing that I can earn in this career of creativity, the business of humor. And I say all that because I want to earn also because I want to contribute to our household. I want us to go on vacations with the kids. I want to, do adventures with them and get them classes and all those kinds of things. And I also want to be able to donate to causes. Like, that would be great. Like, if you have a GoFundMe, I could donate to that GoFundMe. That's also why I want to earn more. Anyway, all that's to say that I'm grateful to be able to do this podcast. I think I'm going to be able to find some way to up my production. I mean, I have a great view right now. It's not like my studio is, bad. It's great. But I think it's all going to go even bigger. That being said, thank you for listening. I had a topic in mind, and I think it was differences with California and Georgia. We'll go over all those, you guys. I will say there was a lot of roadkill out here. A lot of roadkill. I don't know what these possums are doing, but it's either they're just jumping in traffic or they're just not paying attention. Okay, that's about it for this week. I'll see you next week. Bye.